Okay, here's some comping, rhythm strumming suggestions for Sunny. We're going to do that in the key of E minor, E minor 7 to G7, C major 7 and B7. They're pretty straight ahead voicings. That's the first 4 bars, first 8 bars really. When it comes to the, it was just in this set of voicings, work on this one first and then we'll develop some other ones. When you come to bar third line, third line, so that's like bar 12, it'll be an F13. So you might want to go E minor 7, G7, C major 7. Here's an F13. That's the F note on the 8th, the A note on the 7th. That's the E flat on the 8th. That's the G on the 8th, and that's the D up on the 10th. It's like an F9 chord with the 5th replaced with the 6th, which that makes a 13th chord. It's very common to have that move back to the 5th. Very common kind of thing like that. You might want to experiment with that. And then we're into F sharp minor 7, B7. When you're right there, I think that B7 is good. So we want to try this thing where we go from E minor E7 to E minor 7 sharp 5 to E minor 6 to E minor 7. You've got rising on top. So repeats around. Here's a couple of other voicings that you might want to try. E minor 7 to G7, like that, regular. I went for that G7 before, but I'm going for that. Here's another one. G, D, F, and B. It's actually the same notes as here, but slightly different voicing. On the top 4 strings also has a different sound. So yeah, you could keep the B note on top by playing this C major 7, C, E, G, B. And then you go to a B7, which could easily be just this, which is the top part of a B7. Or you might even try a B7 sharp 5. Very common on this progression to have that flat 13 sharp 5 note and the 5th. They both are in as part of the Phrygian dominant scale. It would fit really well against that B7 chord. And what else can I tell you in terms of voicings? The F13 chord that's played down here, F, E flat, A, and the 13th, the D, is another one you should have in your repertoire. You can also put the 9th on top, the G note, with your pinky across there if you wish. A version of that which doesn't have the F in the bass, if the bass player is playing that, is this. It's easy, or so you can experiment with those. It's important to remember you don't have to necessarily play the bass note if there's a bass player playing. It really does leave a lot more space for them, and you can concentrate on voicings that are higher up on the top few strings. Sometimes that's then easier to play, and it's certainly easier to make it sound good as a band. I think I'd leave out the bass notes if you've got a bass player looking after them. If you're playing just two guitars though, you probably want to play those bass notes in there. So being able to do both is really important. Hope that gives you some voicings. Here's another alternative for the E minor 7, or just E minor chord, regular E minor chord. And then on the B string you rise up through those notes, E minor. So you've got rising across the top of E minor. I'm using a pick and fingers when I'm growing those, because you don't want to strum everything. I want to leave the E on top off, because I want that rising line to really jump out. So yep, hope that goes well. What else can I give you around those kind of things? That voicing there for G7 can work for C major up here. Could also work for B7 there. That could be good to add as the tune rises. That's a really good one. You can start to see soloing possibilities around those chords as well. Check that out.